Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Here we are. Same building, different rink. This one doesn't have a net 3 feet from our faces, so this should be much easier to see. Hopefully you all can hear as well. Here for game 2. Seems like kind of a quick turnaround. I guess it wasn't that quick of a turnaround, but the girls got some food in their bellies. Some of them got some rest. And we're back. 2 23-minute halves. That got real quiet. Hattie is centering Bryn and Aiden with Annie and Bricky back on D. The Loons are from Minnesota, as the back of all of their jerseys say. Annie picks it up behind her own net, reverses. Ooh, I might stand up here. Sorry, trying to find a good place to stand. The Loons are in control, gets pushed up to the blue line. She sends it in deep. Gets picked up by her teammate. Brooklyn comes to challenge. Sends it out. And back in. That ends up on a Minnesota stick. Ooh, she tries to get a shot off. We've got Ellie Wolper in net, by the way, this afternoon. Aiden grabs it out of the corner, pokes it up to Hattie. Hattie looking for an outlet, and Bryn gets taken down right when she passes it to her. Oh, come on. How is that any more of a trip than the one right before it? Sorry. This is when I should keep my mouth shut. Bryn got tripped, and then the exact same thing was done by Brooklyn, and she's the one going to the penalty box. So, TC is going to go on an early penalty kill. 52 seconds in. This sweet little girl on the Minnesota team is tiny. Her jersey is just about down to her knees. All right, here we go. Here comes, this is Parker Sandoval. Tries to get a shot on, and that's blocked. She stays with it. Minnesota picks it up behind the net, up the near boards, sends it across. Parker Basilio chasing. Minnesota halts. And that ends up on Maddie's stick. Maddie gets across the red line, sends it in deep. That's a great play. Minnesota picks it up in the far corner, sends it across, sends it up, but not out. Mirka holds it in. Maddie gives chase, gets down low, sends it up to Parker, who's got a shot. Oh, it's a great shot. She has an awesome shot. That one was just a little bit high. Minnesota tries to pass across, misses her target. They're going to get a line change. Parker's going to take it behind Ellie. She's going to skate it. She gets it poked away, but stays with it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know how that was offside. I didn't think she was offside. That was a really lucky break. Mirka lost an edge right at the last second. And she had a breakaway. It was pretty much a 3-on-0. I didn't think she went in offsides, but I don't have a whistle, so it doesn't matter what I think. All right, there's still 43 seconds left in Brooklyn's penalty, though this is a darn good-looking penalty kill, so I'm here for it. Cam sends it in deep. Haley chases. Genevieve holding the blue line. That gets past her. Cam comes over to assist. Minnesota keeps hold of it. They send it in deep to the TC side. Fumbles a little bit at the blue line. Two girls go down. Minnesota comes up with it. Ooh, she makes a great pass. The girl was wide open with a wide open net and couldn't convert. Little pushing and shoving behind the net there. Minnesota still has control in the far corner. Rim drops her stick, gets it back. Nice centering pass. That gets blocked by Haley. Brooklyn's out of the penalty box and is replaced on the ice by Mia. Haley pushes it up. Here comes Mia. Mia's picking up speed. She gets in, lifts the Minnesota girl stick. Oh, centers it for Cam, and it gets poked away at the last second by a Minnesota player. Mia chasing behind the net. Minnesota comes out with it, sends it across, gets blocked by Brooklyn. The girl gets around Brooklyn, and now she's on a breakaway. Brooklyn stays with her. Whoa, and I I think Brooklyn's about to go right back into the penalty box. What does the thing above the head mean? What does this mean? Yeah, but he did it like up there. Like he said it was a... Oh, are they giving her a penalty shot? Is that a penalty shot? Holy wow. Okay, well, Brooklyn's getting a tripping call. I do not think she ever had a clear breakaway enough that she should get a penalty shot. But again, I don't have a whistle. And we're a whole 3.5 minutes into this game, and this referee is already... Yale's trying to argue that a little bit. You got it, Ellie! So we are going to have a penalty shot. So does that mean that there isn't a penalty? Like, does Brooklyn still have to serve 2 minutes? Brooklyn is not in the penalty box currently. So we're just... Yay! Ellie stands tall. Brooklyn is not in the penalty box, but only 4 of our girls came out, so I'm a little confused. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it is still 5-on-5. So I guess a penalty shot, you don't actually serve a penalty. All right. So a lot of action here in the first 4 minutes of the game. Mia taking the face-off. Minnesota wins it, sends it back. That gets blocked out front by Kathleen, who chases. Livy's got it. Livy's looking for options here. Oh, Livy, circle and shoot. Livy had a wide open wraparound, and she was looking for a pass. Yale's Yale's struggling. I don't know, but Yale needs to stop. I know Yale's not going to make it through this game. Ava told him to zip the lip. She would like him to stay on the bench. All right. Puck behind the net. Parker's the first to it. She sends it up. That's intercepted by Minnesota. She takes it back behind the net the other direction. That gets poked away by Mia. Minnesota's still in control on the near board. She pivots looking for an outlet. That gets blocked. Olivia comes up with it, gets it over to Kathleen. Kathleen tries to get it over to Mia. It somehow squirts into the Loon zone. And they take over control. And TC with a line change. We're 1 man short. They got it. Aiden came on with Bryn and Hattie centering. Hattie pokes that away. Here comes Hattie. Whoa! Hattie gets it to Aiden. Aiden back to Hattie. Hattie's got Bryn on the other side of her. Hattie trying to get some control, and it gets poked away by Minnesota. Back to Rim. Rimini pushes it up. Genevieve brings it behind the net, tries to get it out with no luck. Aiden gets it around the Minnesota girl and out of the zone, but another Minnesota girl picks it up. She's got wheels. She's taking it up the far boards. Remini's on her. She's looking for a center and nobody's there. She's still got it. Still got it. She's skating circles. She's on a Ferris wheel. Carousel? Carousel. Hattie coming in. She tries to get a shot on, and that gets blocked before it can get off. Aiden follows. Hattie, strange angle shot, but the goalie had to work to save it. So with 17-12 left in the first half, there's no score. We've had a lot of action. Penalty shot that Ellie stopped. And now we've got Haley with Sandy and Claire. Ooh, Claire gets taken down. Everybody goes down. Back on defense, we've got Brooklyn and Annie. Minnesota, I don't know what she was doing there. I think she had a brain fart. She wanted to do something, decided not to at the last second, and it kind of looked like slow motion. All right, Claire gets it back into the Loon zone. Loons take over. Can't quite connect the pass. Annie picks it up. Annie gets swarmed, to use Sean's earlier word, by white jerseys, and she's going to get off. Parker Basilio is going to come on. Minnesota's still in control. They pass it up ice. Parker's going to pick it up in the corner, send it to the near boards where Minnesota tries to center. They do. Ooh, that hits off of her mask. Rebound comes out, and Ellie lands on it and gets a whistle. Oh, that was sweet. And the Minnesota girl with that second shot went up and told Ellie, good job. I like that kind of sportsmanship. All right, Cam coming on with Maddie and Mia. And back on D, we still have Parker and Mirka. 16-14 left in the first half. Still no score. Minnesota, ooh, oh, off the post. That gets cleared out. Holy schmoly. That was close. Ooh, sticks flying. Minnesota trying to set up a play. She sends it back, and that gets intercepted by Mia, who's trying to carry it out. She gets it over to Parker, loses her footing. Puck still hasn't left the TC zone. Now it is out of the TC zone. Minnesota has to regroup. They do. They send it in deep. Parker's going to get there first. Parker looking for options, sends it up the boards, but not out. Minnesota sends it back down deep. Mirka gets down there. Here it comes. Maddie picks it up. There we go. Maddie gets it up to Mia, but it jumps over her stick, so she can't get any control of it. Through the neutral zone, back into the Minnesota zone. She's looking for options and doesn't see any, so she just sends it to the near boards. But Maddie is going to be the first one there. Maddie tries to center. That's blocked. Camden down below to Maddie. Maddie loses it. Ooh, Rim holds the blue line. Kathleen's going down to chase on the forecheck. Comes to the near boards where there are only white jerseys and no blue jerseys, but Haley gets there. Haley sends it around the other direction. That's going to be not pushed up by Minnesota because Kathleen jumped in. Kathleen from her knees pushes it toward the net. Everybody's on that side. The goalie decides she would like to just stop the play and get a face-off. So Minnesota's going to get all new players. TC has Haley with Kathleen and Liv with Genevieve and Rimini back on defense. Minnesota wins that face-off. They send it behind their own net, up the near boards. Genevieve holds the line. Genevieve puts it toward the net, and the goalie saves. Good shot, G! All right. Haley's going in for the face-off. Minnesota girl pulls that back. They send it behind the net and across, and she's going to skate it out. She gets past Rim. Rim loses her stick. Ooh, they try to center it. Genevieve stopped it, but can't get to her outlet. Minnesota's still in control. Rimini. There we go. Look up. Rim passes it up to Liv. Livy sends it in. Minnesota's going to get there first. They send it wide. Oop, they can't quite keep it in. That gets poked away by Rim. Kathleen's the first one there. She sends it past the Minnesota girl and in, but it pops back out into the neutral zone. Annie picks it up, and I don't know why they call that offsides because Haley was getting into the bench and her foot was not on the ground. Unless there was somebody else in that I missed. 13:39 left in the first half. It is a 0-0 game. Hattie with Aiden and Bryn. Annie Bevan. Brooklyn Lewis. Minnesota girl sends it in, goes deep. Brooklyn's going to be the first one to it. She sends it up the boards. Aiden's there. Aiden pushes it up to Hattie. Hattie gets it out, but loses control of it. Comes back. Aiden blocks it from going past the red line, gets it to Bryn, but it gets taken away by Minnesota, who sends it to the near corner. Brooklyn, again, is going to be the first one to it. She sends it far side, where the Loons pick it up. And here comes Hattie. Whoop, fumbles it a little bit, comes around the boards. Oop, Minnesota sends it down. It gets blocked by Aiden and shoved out. Oop, but not out. Oh, it was out. Hattie pushed it out. I couldn't tell if it was out or not. Turns out it was, and we have it offside. All right, we're going to get line changes for everybody. TC's going to bring on Camden with Sandoval and Claire, with Parker and Mirka back on D. So we have both the Parkers on. Here comes Claire. Sandy pokes it toward the net, but that gets picked up by a Minnesota player. She's going to take it around the net, send it up the far boards. Ooh, Cam poked it over to Claire, who poked it to Sandoval, but they can't do much more than that. And Minnesota carries it in. Oh boy. Minnesota, oh, that was a nifty move. Whoa! There's $300 out of somebody's pocket. Breaking sticks at this age is not as exciting as in the NHL because you feel for the parent that has to buy a new one. Oh, nice centering pass there. Can't connect. Ooh, that would be nice if that was on net. Oh, and it's not. 6 inches south. All right, new legs for everybody. We've got Haley with Maddie and Mia, Genevieve and Rimini. Minnesota gets that one. D to D. Puts it toward the net. She did have a girl wide open. Oh, whoa, whoa. Minnesota's had some good opportunities there, and our defense has done a good job clearing out the trash. That shot goes right into LA's glove, and she gladly hangs on to it. No. Let's go, Blue. All right, Minnesota, we're not overly high in the face-off category right now. Minnesota is doing pretty well with the face-offs. Genevieve gets it. Pivots, goes the other direction. Mia gets it out of the zone. Haley comes flying. Minnesota, a little lackadaisical for a little bit there. I don't know if they thought it was going to ice or what. Haley can't quite keep it in. Comes out. Minnesota trying to sneak past on the far boards. Almost did it. Here she comes. Oh, with a nice pass. She maybe should have been selfish with that one and shot it. She was pretty wide open. But such is life. Here comes Hattie. Hattie tries to get it up to Maddie. It skips over her stick. Maddie's still fighting for it. Genevieve comes in. Can't quite hold the blue line. Sneaks past. Mia comes in. Pretty much puts a shoulder into the girl and now is going to go to the box for, I'm guessing, a body check. Yeah. So, TC is going to go back on the penalty kill for the second time in the game. 10:24 left in the first half. There's still no score. We've got Annie and Brooklyn and Olivia and Kathleen for the PK. Their last PK was actually quite successful. I felt like that was the best 2 minutes they've played so far. Ooh, that was blocked by Kathleen and pushed out, and Olivia's going to get there first. Okay, as she gets pushed down, and that's fine. This girl reminds me of Neely Paulsick, who used to play for Highland Hills. She skates just like her. Far corner. That gets poked away by Annie. And Kathleen's going to get there and get it out. Back into the neutral zone. Here comes Minnesota. Brooklyn pokes it away. Oh, boy. And Ellie makes another great save. All right, 9:28 left in the first half. Still no score. We're bringing on Hattie, Mirka, Parker, and Bryn. There's still 1:04 left in Mia's checking penalty. That face-off kind of gets won by nobody and sits there. Ooh, she puts a shot on. I don't know how Ellie saw that. There were a whole lot of people in front of her, but she came across and made a great stop. Good job, Elle! All right, Hattie. Oh, thought that was going to come out. We're going to do that again. She tries the slappa, and it goes just a bit wide and high. Girls doing a good job fighting in the corner. That pops out. Kathleen is there, but can't get it out. Oh, Livy tries to get it out. No go. Minnesota holds it in. She's looking for options. Bren doing a good job. Oh, Kathleen's not even on the ice. I might have called Bryn Kathleen. Minnesota moving the puck well. That gets poked. Ooh, nice shot. Nice, Ellie! All right, Hattie fighting in the corner. There's still 13 seconds left in Mia's penalty. Hattie and Parker down there. Killing time, which is fine. And that'll end it, end the penalty. Mia's going to come out of the box. Aiden's going to come off the bench. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Mirka pushes it up. Ooh, Bryn was racing. Couldn't quite get there first. Some good fighting behind the net. That pops up, but still not out. Are we getting another penalty? Oh no. Ooh, this penalty is going to be on Minnesota. I didn't see what it was. But TC is going to get a power play. Another check. All right. So, with 7:52 left in the first half, TC is going to get a power play. We've got Aiden, Cam, Hattie, Brooklyn, Annie. Cam gets the face-off, pops back to Brooklyn. Brooklyn sends it behind her to Hattie. Hattie trapped in the corner. Yeah, that's kind of what Cam did in the earlier game and got a penalty for. Annie circling. Annie to Hattie. Somebody get in front. Somebody get in front. Hattie looking for options. Brooklyn goes in. Aiden was there for a rebound. Hattie was there for a rebound, but there was no rebound. Good job, Blue. All right. Aiden gets that face off. It gets stuck in her feet. Somehow pushes it toward the net. Hattie almost got a hold of it, but didn't. Cam tries to hold the line. It gets past her. Brooklyn's going to pick it up behind Ellie. Skate, Brookie. Skate, Brookie. She sends it back to Annie. Annie to Cam. Come on, girls. Oy, oy, oy. Our communication skills are a little lacking. Camden skating it in. Fighter, Aiden. Come on, Aiden. Be stronger. Be stronger. Nice. That one in front, Hattie got a shot off. No dice. That goes down. That one is going to be icing. So 6:39 left in the first and 48 seconds left in the power play. There's still no score. TC's going to get another, hopefully, shot or two. All right, Aiden with the face-off. That pops out. Hattie's the first one to it. Cam comes around her. Get in front, Aiden. Ugh. Cam back, sends it back to Hattie. Over to Brooke. Brooklyn, down to Hattie. Hattie looking. Wait. Over to Brooklyn. Brooklyn to Cam. Cam backhands it to Hattie down in the corner. Aiden's going to come down and help. Aiden's going to pick it up. Come on! Oh! Aiden goes in front, tries to backhand it. That goes wide. If there would have been somebody waiting on that doorstep, they would have had a wide open chance. It's really easy for me to say that from up here. Aiden to Cam. Camden to Brooklyn. Tips off of her stick. Oi, 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 girls. And penalty is over. We're back at full strength. TC gets back on side. Brooklyn picks it up. Brooklyn sends it over to Cam. Cam sends it up to Hattie. Here comes Minnesota. Brooklyn with good D. Minnesota gets a full-on line change. We still have most of our power play unit on, even though the power play has been over. Whoa, shot on. Nice save by Ellie. Whoa, boy. The ref almost went down there. Brooklyn fighting behind the net. She's got Camden helping her. Minnesota picks it up. They send it up to the blue line. Shot wide. Minnesota picks it up. We need to ice it or do something. Yeah, we're Aiden and Brooklyn are just standing there like, oh. Haley pushes it up to Aiden. Aiden is going to skate it. Shoot the puck out, Aiden Muldrow, for the love. Our girls have a tendency to want to skate the puck everywhere around the ice instead of just turning and doing that. I don't know how that was no ice, but that's fine. And then she lollygags. Okay, Genevieve turns around. Jen picks it up, sends it in. Now we need some forecheckers. Here comes Claire. She's got Sandy with her. Minnesota clears it. Genevieve, whoop! Ooh, she tries to center. Rem gets right in front. There's just under 4 minutes left in the first half. Still no score. Minnesota behind the TC net, looking for outlets, looking for any options. She sends it across, and Ellie gloves it. All right, we're going to get some line changes here. We're going to bring on Mia and Maddie and Cam with Mirka and Parker Vasilio. Cam pushes that face-off back to Parker, who tries to clear. Minnesota holds the blue line. Now it deflects out. Maddie gets a hold of it. Oh, Maddie had Mia wide open in front and couldn't get a handle on it, and they're offsides. The puck was bouncing. 3:27 left in the first half. We do 2 23-minute halves here. Maddie tries to pick that up. It gets poked off of her stick. Minnesota's going to pick it up. She's going to skate it up the far boards. Centers it. That goes wide. Parker fighting behind the net. Parker sends it up to Maddie, who tries to get it to Cam. Doesn't quite get it to Cam, but does get it out of the zone. Minnesota gets it back into the TC zone. She's got some legs on her. She spins, looks for an outlet, and fans on it. Maddie, there's a hooking. Hooky, hook, hook. Oh God, Maddie's momentum. Good job, Maddie. Maddie's momentum was going the opposite direction. Oh, Parker tries to center it for Cam. She was just a couple steps behind. Cam's over there with 3 white jerseys on her. Rim comes in to help. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Mirka. The blonde hair. Good job, Livy. Livy pushing up against a girl a head taller than she is because that's what she does. Good job, Olivia. Good job, Livy. Haley tries to get a shot on. That gets slapped down by Minnesota. She finds an outlet that gets kicked. That should be icing or not. I don't know why they waved that off. Livy pushes that up. Kathleen, good. Come on, Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen can't get a shot off before she gets taken out. Livy fighting behind with Kathleen. Minnesota pushes it behind their own net. Kathleen's back there being a pest. Minnesota eventually gets it out, and now they're pushing the other way. Brooklyn and Annie back on D. Minnesota puts a shot on into Ellie's chest, and Ellie's going to cover. 1:22 left in the first half. There's still no score. Whoop. All right. Who do we bring on here? Aiden with Bryn, Hattie, Brooklyn, and Annie. That puck comes up to the Minnesota defender. She sends it down deep. They take it behind the TC net. She's looking for an outlet that gets poked away by Brooklyn. Brooklyn stays with it. Oh, God. Annie gets control. Annie's going to skate it. Annie's still got it. She tries to pass it to herself off the boards. Gets caught up by Minnesota, who sends it up the other side. Minnesota picks it up. Gets taken away. Here's Aiden. Aiden to Hattie. Nice pass put. Hattie, ooh, back to Bryn. Bryn puts a shot on. Loose. Oh, goalie covers. It's a good play, Blue. That was best puck movement I've seen today. All right. There's 37.5 seconds left. They're going to keep this crew on. Hattie, Aiden, Bryn. Genevieve, rim. Aiden wins that faceoff, goes straight to the Minnesota player, though. Goes down deep. Rimini and the Minnesota player are going to fight for it. Rim down with 2 white jerseys. Rim still hanging in there. 20 seconds left. Minnesota comes out. They send it up to their blue line. She puts a shot on. Oh, my God. I didn't think that hit anything. Oh. It did look like it was going right into her glove, but then I didn't really see it deflect on anything. So, yeah, that was weird. It's all right, Ellie. And as is how the day is going, TC has yet another fluky goal scored against them. Which, again, is why you just put the puck at the net all day long. All right. Mirka sends it into the neutral zone, and that's going to do it for the first half of this game. Super duper game. This is a pretty evenly matched team, so the second half should be interesting with a literal last-second goal scored on a tip. So we're going to make some ice, and we'll be back in 10-ish minutes. All right. We're trying to wake up from our nap here because whoever's in charge of the intermission music. Oh man, it's over. It was kind of like playing an emotional scene from Yellowstone over and over and over again. The exact opposite of pump up music. But such is life. Okay. We're going to start in on the second period here. Looks like we're going to have Haley with Kathleen and Livy, with Parker and Rem back on D. We're going to be skating left to right. We've got Ellie and net, and off we go. All right, Minnesota takes it behind their own net. She loses it. Ooh. Kathleen almost picked it up and tried to pull it in. Whoa, whoa. Tell you what, Livy is getting kind of maliciously targeted. Every time I look at Livy, somebody is shoving an elbow at her, and she can hold her own. That's not the problem. It's just annoying me. All right, Minnesota gets it out. Rim blocks off the attacker, sends it across. Kathleen's there waiting. Haley comes in to help. Kathleen. All right. Minnesota. Woo! Rim kicks that. Out and in front. Minnesota behind the TC net. Oh gosh. Net's off. Net's off! Good job, Ellie. The net popped off. Even if the net didn't pop off, Ellie made a great save. Here comes Hattie, Aiden, I'm guessing Bryn. Nope. Hattie, Aiden, Cam. Changing it up a little with Annie and Brooklyn. Cam wins that directly to Hattie. Hattie tries to split the D, and unfortunately didn't work. She does end up with it. Camden tries to center it to Hattie. That gets blocked. Sends it down deep. Brooklyn goes down. Aiden steps in, holds the blue line. Brooklyn sends it. Minnesota's going to pick it up behind her own net. Cam goes down. Hattie goes down. Aiden is wide open in front of the net. Not anymore. Oh. Annie picks it up. Annie goes around one, goes around the other, tries to put a shot on. Whoa. That just bobbles in front and their goalie covers. Hattie gets a how do you do push in the back. And we're going to get 5 new gals. Just started the second half. Minnesota is up 1-0 with a late tip-in goal. That goes back to Mirka. Mirka sends it right to Parker, who puts a shot on. That's going to leave a mark. That gets blocked by Minnesota, comes back out. Claire circles around, sends it back into the Loon zone. Now we need, whoop. Mirka holds the line, but that goes straight to a Minnesota player who tries to cycle it around. She's still going. She's just flying around like a bumblebee. That goes down deep. Claire's chasing. Bryn is with her. And here comes Minnesota the other direction. She passes it across. Whoop. Oh, ow. She goes down. Yeah, a little head contact with the post there. Looks like she's okay. What did he say? Oh. Oh. All right. Here we go. Haley gets that face off back to Maddie, who passes it off the board. She almost was the first one there, but Minnesota pushed it back down into the near corner. Parker trying to clear. Goes back to Mirka. Mirka reverses to Mia. Mia holds the girl off, gets the puck to Haley. Goes all the way across. Maddie can't quite get there. Minnesota keeps it in. Minnesota still working with it. Ooh, she sends that, bounced off of Mia's stick and stayed in the zone. Woo! The Loons have it. They go behind the net, sends it near board, the half wall there. Can't quite get a handle on it. Let's get it out of here, Blue. Ooh, she makes a move, puts a rinky-dink shot on that was almost kind of sneaky. Comes Mia. They got it out of the zone, but they can't get it out of the neutral zone. They were a tad bit offsides there. Comes out, does actually get past the red line. We do get new defender on in Genevieve. Genevieve skates it, tries to get past the Minnesota girl. And now Hattie sends it over to Rim. She was looking for it back and Rim fumbled it. Maddie sends it in deep. She's going to get off. Genevieve puts it toward the net. Hattie tries to knock it down. The goalie lets out a nice rebound, but there's nobody there to knock it home. So 18:49 left in the game. We've got Hattie, Cam, and Aiden with Rim and Genevieve back. Minnesota wins that draw. Whoa, body's down in front of the net. Minnesota girl fumbling around in the far corner. Aiden pushes it back down deep. Hattie's going to chase, but can't get it away from the white jerseys. She's trying to decide what to do with it. It took her a little longer than I think she wanted to. Oh, Aiden. Aiden had a charging Hattie and glanced at her, and I don't know what happened. So here comes Minnesota the other way. She puts a shot on. Ellie's going to glove that. Okay, here comes Bryn. Changing lines up a little bit. They're tricking me. Bryn with Kathleen, and I'm going to assume Livy's out there somewhere. She is. Annie and Brookie back on D. Puck goes deep. Annie's the first to it. She sends it up the half wall, but it gets picked up by Minnesota, who takes it around, leaves it for her teammate, looking to center it. She does. Woo! Wide open shot there. Ellie makes a good save. Minnesota's cycling the puck really well right now. We need to shut this down. That comes out. See, this is what I'm like. Every time Livy touches the puck, and the refs aren't calling it, so they're going to keep doing it. All right, Minnesota comes out with it. She tries to center, gets knocked down. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here comes Minnesota. She skates it in. She's going to take it behind. Again, they're cycling, leaving, cycling, leaving, cycling. There's nobody there for her to cycle it to that time, so she just spins and sends it back to the near boards. They should not have this much time with the puck, ladies. We just look like we're scrambling at this point. Oh, God. Okay. Mirka just gets elbowed off the puck. That's legal. They try a one-timer slap shot, and that did not connect. That does come out. Unfortunately, there's nobody with a blue jersey over there to grab it. So here comes Minnesota back the other direction. Sandoval hot off the bench. Here we go. Come on, Kathleen. Oi, we just can't get anything to stick on our sticks right now. Annie's going to grab it. Oi! All right. Here comes Claire. Is that Claire? Claire's hair fell out of her bun, and it's really messing with me. Claire's got a big old fuzzy head of hair coming down when she usually has a bun. Here comes Haley. Come Come on, Hay. Haley takes it wide, puts it toward the net. Rebound came out. Sandy couldn't quite get a hold of it. And Minnesota's going to bring it. Good job, Haley. Haley with a good back check there. But the puck still ends up in the TC zone. There's 15:27 left in the game. Minnesota Loons are still up 1-0, and they've pretty well been in control of this half of the hockey game. They send it back down deep. Parker's going to get there first to Rim. Rim sends it up and out. Minnesota regrouping. She puts a shot on that bounces up, and Ellie's going to land on it. We're going to bring on Bryn to center Maddie and Mia. And we've got Annie and Genevieve back on D. Bryn gets that back to Mia. Mia brings it along the boards. She throws a little elbow herself, but since the refs aren't calling that, why not? Genevieve, ooh, that guy over there has a ginormous zoom lens. Wow. All right, this is fun. That somehow pops out, and Bryn gets a hold of it. Bryn's gonna skate it. Come on, Brynny! Bryn still got it. She goes around. Oh! Do we get a penalty shot? We don't get a penalty shot. I'm just being facetious. I actually think that almost deserved a penalty shot more than the one that was a penalty shot. And the girls might actually be asking about that. Like, hey, since you're giving away penalty shots, why wasn't that one? All right, so TC is going to get a power play with 14:19 left in the game. They've got Aiden, Hattie, Cam, Annie, Brooklyn. Oh. Whoa, that deflected off of her teammate's helmet. Oh yeah, we're playing icing. I don't know what I was. You can't ice it on a penalty kill. I had a momentary brain fart because we've been playing high school rules, which I actually prefer, but it's fine. So that killed 10 seconds off of that. And we're going to do it again. Come on, Aiden. Aiden picks it up. Oh my gosh. Aiden need to put some sticky stuff on her stick. Brooklyn reverses it to Annie. Annie sends it across to Cam. Cam sends it down deep. Hattie's going to be the first one there. Hattie looking for options. Hattie tried to send it across past Aiden. She had Annie, and that gets blocked by Minnesota. Brooklyn pushes it. Aiden sends it back in, but Minnesota's the first one there. That does not come out. Minnesota picks it up. Come on, you have more girls on the ice. Let's go. Cam's going to get there first. Oi, oi, oi. Ooh, Aiden gets it, tries to send it up. Minnesota holds it in. And now Minnesota's in control, which they shouldn't be because we still have a minute left on a power play. Hattie Hyatt picks it up. Skate, Aiden! Cam puts a shot toward the net that gets blocked. Hattie picks it up. Hattie sends it up to Parker. Parker reverses to Annie. Annie sends it down. Comes back to Annie. Annie's going to skate it in. Okay, put it toward the net. Oh, my God. See, like stuff like that. That's where it'd be great to have a lucky bounce or something. But our bounces aren't lucky. So, Minnesota puts a shot on. Ellie's stick save, and it deflects into the netting. So with 12 seconds left in our power play, that I think we maybe got one shot on, maybe two. My sources are telling me one. We bring on new legs in Haley, Livy, and Kathleen. Here comes Haley. She gets it around the boards, but not out. Minnesota is just holding their own blue line like a boss. Once they get it in, we can't seem to push it out, which is very frustrating. So 12-11 left. Haley, Livy, Kathleen, Parker, and Rimini. Haley picks it up. That ends up, woo. Parker held the line, Parker pushed it out there, but now this is where we're struggling, is to get it into the Minnesota zone. And this girl will skate it all the way in. Nice block, Parker. Parker with the block. Haley pushes it up, but not out. Oh, I thought that went over the glass. It did not. All right, Parker spins, goes back around. Minnesota just keeps doing their cycling thing, which they can do because they're winning. Haley sends it around. Livy's there. We just can't get it out of the zone. There we go. Come on. Let's go, Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen is 1 on 5 right now. She got some reinforcements. Brooklyn sent it in deep. Bryn and Sandy pushing in. That deflected off of Bryn. Ooh, Mirka comes in, tries to stop the play. She does a pretty good job, but Minnesota still ends up with it. She puts a shot on way high. Ooh, that gets blocked by Claire. Claire's still throwing me off with her hair. Claire fighting behind the net. Bryn comes in to help. Bryn trying to pull it out and can't. Minnesota still has hold of it. They pass it across. And they send it down into the TC zone. Brooklyn's going to be the first one there. She tries to reverse, but the white jersey blocks her from doing so. Brooklyn from her knees pushes it out. Bryn gets it up to Claire, but not out. Here comes Minnesota again. Ooh, Minnesota puts a quick shot on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! All right. There was a lot of action right there. The puck came out. Ellie poked it away. Minnesota girl came up with it, and Ellie made another great save, and the goal eventually came off. Ooh, that was loud. All right, Minnesota with a clean face-off win puts it toward the net. They still are in control. There, skate! Hey, skate! Jeez Louise. I don't understand. I'm very confused. The inconsistencies with the reffing is, I mean, it's fascinating to me. Ay, ay, ay. It's fine. Good job, Haley! Oh, that was an interesting puck drop. He literally just like chucked it. What is happening? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Everybody is right there, huddled up. Minnesota comes out with it. They somehow have a wide open player there. Genevieve's going to chase her down. Good job, GV! Haley comes in. Haley, gets it up to Mia, but it deflects off of something. Still doesn't go out. Come on, girls! Ooh. Annie with a good block there. Minnesota picks it up in the near corner. Move it over to the far corner. Genevieve's over there. She spins it back, plays it to the blue line. Defense sends it in deep. Annie picks it up, sends it up the half wall. We're just doing this like back and forth thing. The left to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. There we go. That's going to be icing. Let's go, Blue! Make something happen. Come on. All right, Aiden, Cam, Hattie. With Parker and Rim back on D. Minnesota wins that face-off. They send it deep. Cam digs it out of the corner, but not out of the zone. Minnesota manages to keep it in. There's under 8 minutes left in the game. The Loons are still up 1-0. TC has not made a lot of things happen in this half of the game, unfortunately. Oh boy, there we go. Cam gets taken out. Here comes Aiden. Oh, Aiden tries to get it to Hattie and it goes past her. And TC's going to get a power play with 7:25 left in the game. They just had most of their power play unit on the ice, and they're going to keep them on the ice. So Aiden, Hattie, and Cam are going to stay on the ice. They're going to send out Brooklyn and Annie. Let's go, TC! All right. Hattie gets that face off over to Aiden. Aiden off the boards, back to Hattie. Hattie up to Camden. Cam, Annie. Nope, I mean, that's Hattie. Oh, dang it. Hi. Come on, girls. Well, Minnesota has one girl who is beating all 5 of our girls. So, off. That gets sent in offsides. That definitely should be center ice. I feel like it should be. Shouldn't it go all the way down? Okay. Come on, Blue. All right. Hattie picks it up. Hattie skates it in. Aiden Muldrow needs to put some feet on her body and skate with them. Sorry. Come on. Oh, she had Annie there and passed it a little bit too late. Annie fumbles it. I think the girls' brains are working faster than their bodies because, like, it looks like they have good ideas, but they're not making them happen in a timely fashion, which I think comes from a 5 a.m. wake-up call this morning. Skate, skate, skate. Cam gets it up to Hattie. Hattie, yeah, see, they just, it's like, oh, Aiden. Oh, I'm shocked they didn't call that. And somehow they still got a breakaway out of it. Things I've learned about this day. I need to start emailing tournament directors and asking to not have the 7 a.m. game on day 1 of a tournament. I don't know why they do that. We are in the hotel with Little Caesars, and their first game tonight was Florida Alliance. Florida Alliance. First game tonight is at 6:20. Florida Alliance, who is moving back a time zone, gaining an hour, and their first game is at 6:20 tonight. It's fine. All right, Kathleen sends it back to Rim. Rim over to Parker. Parker tried to connect with Bryn. Overshot a little bit. Bryn with a great pass. Oh, Libby! Bryn with a sweet pass to Liv. Liv with a great shot, and the goalie made a great save. That was a great play. Now we need to do that a couple more times, but put it behind the goalie. Kathleen giving chase. Ooh, Rimini throws an elbow. Kathleen picks it up. Oop, oop, oop. Nobody's there. So here comes Minnesota. Ooh, Bryn comes in, gets in the way. There's a lot of poke checking here. It's like one player gets it, poke checked away. The other player gets it, poke checked away. Remini tries to send it up. Whoa, Liv gets taken out. 4:36 left in the game. The Loons are still up 1-0. Oi. Ooh, Livy's going to get there first. Come on. Oh, good job, Livy. Good job, Liv. Liv with great hustle goes down. She looks like she's okay. She's going to go to the bench. Come on, Brooke. Oh. Brooklyn tried to get it out, but to no avail. Mirka sends it out. Kathleen's there. Haley's there. Brooklyn's there. And Minnesota still comes up with it. Go, go, go. Parker Sandoval in the mix. Comes out. Here's Claire with her hair flowy. Loses her footing, and here comes Minnesota back the other way. She makes a nice move around Mirka, makes another move. She still has the puck. Backhands it. Great play. Even better save by Ellie. Yes, Ellie! Minnesota's making some very impressive plays that I have seen our girls do a million times. And I don't know why they're not doing it now. But oh, and we somehow are going to the box for hooking. So Genevieve's cool. Genevieve's going to sit for 2 minutes. In case you're new to Colorado hockey, I'm pretty sure when they teach referees in referee school, in some brochure it says, make sure you give Colorado teams a super hard time. Because that's what it feels like everywhere we go, even in Colorado. Woo! That's going to deflect up and in the netting. All right. Mia took that face off over to Brooklyn. Brooklyn sends it down, and that's going to be icing. I hate that rule. Mia and Claire and Brooklyn and Annie are on the penalty kill. 2:40 left in the game. Minnesota's holding tight to that 1-0 lead. TC's had a couple of chances, but nothing to write home about. Maybe the 2 minutes and 36 seconds left will bring a new story. Minnesota ends up with it. She puts a shot on. Ellie with the save. Cleared out by Annie, but Minnesota's still in control. Oh boy. Ellie pushes that wide. Claire gets tripped up. Minnesota's still in control. They're cycling. She puts a shot on. That goes wide. There's a minute left. Oh, God. So now we're going to have a 5-on-3. Mia's going to join Genevieve in the box, and this is going to be a super long 2 minutes because the rest of the game TC is going to be on the penalty kill. And a minute and a half of it, sorry, a minute and 2 seconds of it, they're going to be in a 5-on-3. So Parker, Basilio, Rim, and Hattie are on. Parker tries to send it up, doesn't go. She gets a hold of it. Rip it, Parks. Rip it, Parks. Parker down there putting up a good fight. Cycling. She fumbles it. Sends across. Fumbles. Up top, she's looking for options. Sends it back across. They're getting closer. Oh, God. Minnesota's still with it. There's 30 seconds left in Genevieve's penalty. Glove save. Nice. This is the absolute dumbest rule. This team is working their butts off. It's 5-on-3, and they're not allowed to ice the puck. If you don't want to make it a rule for all 14U hockey, at least make it a rule for 14U AAA hockey, because this is stupid. Sorry. To those of you new here, I express my opinion a little too much when I'm streaming hockey games. I probably should be on mute. All right, 10 seconds left in Genevieve's penalty. A minute 10 left in the game. Woo! That was a good spinning shot. That went high. Genevieve's about to come out. Genevieve's out of the box, and nobody's getting on for her. My God, girls. Go, Hattie! Go, Hattie! Oh. Sorry, I also am really loud. Oy vey. Oh. I think that went in. The ref didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure that went in the back of the net and popped out. But such is life. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. Nice, Ellie! 12 seconds left at this point. Gotta shoot, Annie! Shoot it! Shoot! Shoot! All right. Sorry, I'm screaming in the microphone. That actually was a really great game. Unfortunately, TC couldn't get one in, so we're going to end that one 1-0. We'll be early again tomorrow. Not as early. I think 8:50 tomorrow, Central Time. So, yeah, we get to sleep in a wee bit. So we'll see y'all in the morning.